In a dramatic and unexpected twist inside the serene walls of the Danish monarchy, whispers have now erupted into royal thunder. Multiple sources close to the Danish royal inner circle are claiming that King Frederik X is deeply unsettled, possibly even hurt and blindsided, by Queen Mary and Prince Joachim's newly emerging future plans. What was once considered a tightly woven family tapestry may now be quietly unraveling behind the scenes, as the king grapples with what insiders call a growing rift in Denmark's most sacred institution. As Denmark's beloved King Frederik stepped into the shoes of his mother, Queen Margrethe II, with grace and national pride in January 2024, few could have imagined that just over a year later, troubling signs would begin to emerge from within his own family. The Danish royal family, known for its seemingly solid unity, is facing an era of uncertainty and quiet confrontation. According to royal insiders, Frederik is allegedly not comfortable with the sudden and bold moves being plotted by his younger brother, Prince Joachim, and even more shockingly, his own wife, Queen Mary. One palace source, speaking under strict anonymity, disclosed that the king has been taken aback by certain private discussions and decisions being held without his full knowledge or blessing. The source claims that Queen Mary, who has long been praised for her poised demeanor and tireless public service, has recently been exploring roles and opportunities that extend beyond her traditional royal duties. These moves, although intended to modernize and broaden the scope of Denmark's royal influence, are allegedly causing unease within the palace. More so, Prince Joachim, long regarded as the outsider prince, due to his departure from Denmark to assume diplomatic roles abroad, is reportedly being seen as a key player in these controversial plans. Joachim, who previously held a defense attaché position in Paris and is now rumored to be in talks for a major pan-European role, may be crafting a future that doesn't neatly fit within the framework King Frederik is trying to uphold. Sources suggest that these ambitions are not only bold but potentially disruptive to the image of unity the Danish monarchy strives to present to the world. The heart of the issue seems to lie in what insiders are calling a quiet rebellion, not of rage, but of vision. Queen Mary, a woman of international origin and global mindset, appears to be leaning into her influence to redefine the role of a modern queen consort. Her recent solo appearances at international forums, her involvement in global foundations, and now, according to whispers, her private meetings with global influencers in Australia and Europe, are allegedly part of a bigger strategy, one that Frederik might not have fully endorsed. While the Queen's dedication to humanitarian work and social progress remains undisputed, the tension arises from the perception that she and Joachim might be forging a semi-independent path, one that doesn't align with Frederik's more traditional and monarch-focused outlook. The king, described by sources as both deeply loyal and emotionally introspective, may see this divergence as not only a personal betrayal but a threat to the symbolic unity of the crown. Even more alarmingly, some insiders are speculating that these plans could include a formal relocation or permanent residence outside Denmark for parts of the royal family. Prince Joachim and Princess Marie already reside primarily outside of the country, and there are quiet concerns that Queen Mary might begin spending increasing amounts of time abroad, particularly in Australia, where she has deep familial and national roots. While no official announcements have been made, the idea of Queen Mary establishing a more prominent presence in her home country is allegedly sparking intense concern within the palace. For King Frederik, whose reign began with widespread public support and national celebration, this internal family friction is reportedly causing great emotional distress. He is said to be torn between honoring his wife's autonomy and feeling sidelined by the very people he trusts most. Furthermore, there are claims that the late-night meetings between Mary and Joachim have taken place without full transparency, something that reportedly triggered quiet alarm within the king's private office. The Danish people, who have long admired the royal family's simplicity and unity, are likely unaware of the growing emotional toll being felt within Amalienborg Palace. Although all public appearances remain polished and composed, body language experts and seasoned royal watchers have picked up on subtle cues, avoided glances, short greetings, separate arrivals, hinting at something far deeper brewing beneath the surface. The most surprising development in all this is the alleged shift in Queen Mary's priorities. Once devoted almost entirely to Danish national causes, she is now reportedly pursuing broader international ambitions. Her leadership in global women's rights campaigns, climate conferences, and digital diplomacy forums are not seen as the issue itself, but rather the way these engagements are being positioned, almost as if Mary is stepping into a role that parallels, rather than supports, her husband's reign. One close royal confidant was quoted as saying, "The Queen is not rebelling, she is evolving." But her evolution is outpacing the king's comfort zone. That quote alone paints a picture of a growing ideological gap between Denmark's king and queen. It's not about infidelity or scandal, it's about power, identity, and the direction of the monarchy in a rapidly changing world. Meanwhile, Prince Joachim is believed to be encouraging this transformation. Although he has often been the quieter of the two royal brothers, Joachim has not shied away from voicing concerns about the monarchy's internal operations in past years. His children's controversial loss of royal titles in 2022 under Queen Margrethe's directive still reportedly stings. Sources suggest that Joachim may see these new moves as a path toward a greater purpose, perhaps even redemption. What has left many in the royal establishment concerned is how these plans might be received by the Danish public. While Queen Mary enjoys immense popularity, particularly among women and younger citizens, any perception of royal division, especially if it involves secrecy or conflict with the king, could risk damaging the monarchy's reputation. Frederik, after all, is not just a figurehead, he is a symbol of national continuity and emotional stability. Public support remains high for the king, but that support has historically relied on the perception of unity with his queen. Should that image be fractured, even subtly, the consequences could be long-lasting. Royal advisors are said to be working around the clock to ensure a smooth public narrative, but the private distress is reportedly mounting. Notably, Queen Margrethe herself is said to be quietly monitoring the situation. Although she officially abdicated the throne, she retains significant influence within the family. Insiders claim that Margrethe has reached out privately to both sons, attempting to mediate and calm the growing tension. Whether her efforts are succeeding is still unclear. As speculation grows, public curiosity is also intensifying. The Danish press, typically respectful and discreet when it comes to royal affairs, has begun to hint at internal conflicts. Phrases like, changing tides, and redefining roles, have appeared in major outlets. The royal household has so far declined to comment officially, but every move, every smile, and every absence is now being analyzed for deeper meaning. In the world of monarchy, where perception is everything, this quiet conflict could mark a turning point. Is Denmark's royal family simply evolving with the times, or are we witnessing a subtle power struggle that could redefine the very fabric of the Danish crown? With Queen Mary's rising global influence, Prince Joachim's diplomatic ambitions, and King Frederik's emotionally grounded but traditionally rooted leadership, the stage is set for either a transformation or a fracture. As the world watches closely, it is undeniable that something is shifting in the Danish monarchy. The crown may remain polished and intact, but behind it lies a delicate balance of ambition, loyalty, love, and legacy. This story is still unfolding, but one thing is certain, the unity of the Danish royal family may never be quite the same again. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Do you believe Queen Mary and Prince Joachim's future plans are empowering and progressive, or are they threatening the very foundation of Denmark's monarchy? Let us know what you think.